bosses, how you all doing? To my new bosses, hey girls, hey guys, and to my returning bosses, how y'all doing? So y'all, I'm going to talk about HRT. Let's get into it. HRT is hormone replacement therapy, and that is what's given to women who are perimenopausal or in menopause. And basically, it's just the replacement of the estrogen and progesterone that we lose while we're going through menopause. And so how the effects of losing estrogen and progesterone is muscle aches, irregular periods, hot flashes, overeating, weight gain, all those things are triggered by those substances being decreased in our system. And HRT is a hormone replacement therapy that actually puts those items back into your body, right? A lot of individuals don't do HRT because there could be a high risk. Well, I said it's a risk for cancer. And I spoke with my doctor in depth about it before she and I even discussed it. And she was very, very thorough. If you have a pre-existing history of cancer, I think she said ovarian cancer, don't quote me, go research it, then they typically would not recommend it. And she told me so many things, y'all, while we were on that call. She and I had a telehealth call, and she just broke that thing down to me. So I will encourage you to do your own research. Go online, research HRT, and then from there, also make sure you have a consult with your gynecologist to see if that is something that will work for you. Now, I'm stopping HRT, and here is why. So, oddly enough, my cycle came back on its own, right, after I had this conversation with my doctor. And she did explain to me that, of course, one of the symptoms of being on hormone replacement therapy is in the beginning, you will have irregular cycles. You may have some spotting, you may have a whole cycle. She did share with me is that if I feel like I need to have a cycle, to stop taking it for 7 days, let the cycle come, let it do its thing, and then get back on it once the cycle is done. And so as we speak, of course, we're there. And so I've decided that I'm going to actually put a pause on it. I am doing the patch, by the way. So I decided, and I take progesterone at night. And I've decided that I'm going to actually stop it for now. And the reason being is because my body obviously has these hormones in it. I have not had any hot flashes in about a month. And like I said, about 2 months, because I came on my cycle on its own last month. So clearly, my body is still doing what it naturally does. So because my body is doing what it naturally needs to do, and my perimenopausal symptoms had stopped, I would much rather my body do what it's going to do naturally for now. And then if we get back to the point where, I'm having the hot flashes and all those things that I had posted in my other perimenopausal video, then we will start back on HRT. And I know some people may say, well, don't you want it in your system? That way you don't have to deal with all those things. Yeah, I thought about that too. And I feel like for me, backstory again, I'm not a chemical dependent person. I just don't like medication. That's just me. If there's a holistic way to do something, I'm going to try that first prior to doing actual medicine. And so I feel like right now for me, my body is still, honey, we still got the ovaries of a 20-something-year-old. So while we still have that, I'm just going to put the HRT on pause. I am an HRT girly. Let's be clear. For me in my house, I will be doing HRT, okay? It's just that I don't see the need right now for me to continue on my therapy when my body is doing what it needs to do naturally anyway. As I stated, I wasn't having hot flashes. I haven't had hot flashes in the past 2 months. I wasn't having all those symptoms that I was having. So I would rather my body deplete itself of whatever it does when you go through menopause. And then again, once I get back to the point where I'm having hot flashes and all those things again, then I'll go ahead and start HRT, resume my HRT. But I have it, which is a great thing. I have my medication. I have my patches. I'm good to go. I've already had my consult with my doctor, very, very extensive consult. She did tell me, even the places where you put the patch, now, like I said, I'm doing the patch, even the places where you put the patch, she said that can impact, the potential of heart attacks and things of that nature. So that's why they don't have you put it, but she doesn't have her patients put it anywhere up top. I can put mine either on my hip, my buttocks, and I think my lower abdomen. I believe those are the places it says on the prescription. So that's where I've been putting mine. I have been on HRT now for, this would be my 2nd week, because I didn't start it immediately once she prescribed it, because I had to still get a mammogram. You have to have a recent updated mammogram before you start HRT, ladies. So please, 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 please make sure you have an active updated mammogram. If your doctor prescribes you HRT and you have not had a mammogram, you need to stop. First off, check them. Then you need to go and schedule a mammogram, okay? She would not start my HRT until I have my mammogram, because she needs to make sure that there isn't any sign of breast cancer or anything of that nature. So once I got my mammogram, she actually scheduled my mammogram. So immediately my mammogram was scheduled. I had my mammogram, and then after that, I was able to start my HRT. And I didn't even start it after my mammogram results came in. I got my mammogram results within 48 hours. I still waited about 2 weeks, because y'all, I'm not going to lie, I was still vacillating, okay? If, in regards to whether or not I wanted to start HRT, or did I not want to start HRT? And so I finally just said, you know what, we're going to do it. So I just went ahead and started it because of the joint pain I was having. Again, I wasn't having hot flashes because I had a cycle. I wasn't having all the other things that I mentioned in my previous video. The only thing I was having was joint pain still. And I'm not going to lie, my joint pain is gone. I've been on HRT for 2 weeks and I have not had any joint pain. And yes, like I said, I know I said that I was going to stop it for a little while. The joint pain would probably come back. Yes, it would probably come back, because the estrogen does help with the joints and all those things. But because I will start strength training next week and stretching, and I've increased my water intake and all of those things, I feel like I can probably counteract the joint pain. I can live with joint pain, let's put it that way. As long as while my body's doing what it's doing naturally, I've been living with it for this long, Chad. I've been having joint pain for 2-3 years now, so I'm kind of used to it. But of course, like I said, I will be resuming HRT. I just want to see what my body's doing naturally first. If my body's telling me, hey, I'm done, I don't have any more, the estrogen is low, progesterone is, is all that is low, then I will go ahead and resume the HRT. With the HRT, you do change your patch, but I change my patch twice a week, on Monday and Thursday, okay? I was watching a video, I cannot remember her name, but the Curly something is the name of her video. I will put it down below. She was funny. I was watching her video about when she was swimming with her patch on and realized that she wasn't getting estrogen because she was in the pool every day. But anyway, long story short, I saw her video and she gave a great tip for swimmers, and of course your patch stays on while you're in the shower. Whenever you have any interaction with water, in order to protect your patch, you want to, I went to the drugstore and she actually got some waterproof clear Band-Aids. I didn't know that existed. So she put that over her patch and she said it was able to keep her patch on, and she was able to still get the medication for the patch that she needed. And y'all, the patch is very, very small. When I do start back, I'll do a video on the patch and show you guys how it looked. It's very small. It's not even as big as I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be like a cigarette patch, but it's not. It's literally about the size of this nail, like might be the size of my fingernail. So you just put it on your hip, your buttocks, or your lower abdomen, and you change it out twice a week and you're good to go. And you have to take your progesterone, I'm not maybe pronouncing that wrong, progesterone, you have to take that every night, because if you don't, that can increase cancer, because it does something, I think she says, to your uterus or your cervix. But you can't just take estrogen without that. You need both. So do your research. And I know this video is kind of a little bit all over the place and a little bit informative. That's because, as you can tell, my energy is low because I'm tired. And two, I need to run for an appointment, but I wanted to get this video recorded. I would go more in depth with HRT when I resume taking it again, and we can go over again what my doctor and I, talked about, my gynecologist and I discussed when I was doing my assessment as to whether or not I wanted to pursue this journey. So as of now, ladies and gents, I will be off HRT. I want to give my body some time to see what it's going to do, see what it's doing naturally, kind of gauge where I'm at naturally from a perimenopausal perspective. And then once I can see where I am with that, then I can move forward in whatever direction I choose, if I want to continue to stay off HRT or if I want to get back on it. So yes, you definitely want to make sure that you consult with your physician, have a consultation. There are lots of other alternatives out there to help us, honey, weather these perimenopause and menopause storms, but you have to do your part and do your research to see what works best for you, okay? So that's it for today's video. I hope you all have an amazing Wednesday. I will speak with y'all soon. Y'all take care. And again, this is the day the Lord has made. We will rejoice and what? Be glad in it. Take care, y'all. Bye-bye.